Okay, this is my main landing page, top level domain at dash dot at dash doga.net. I managed to register the top level domain. So I'm on the player, listening to player input. It was good to go through those tutorials a few days ago, but this complements with these important explanations. How is that implemented? Actually, it was okay to follow the more advanced tutorials, but it wasn't clear to me why. I have always questions why. Put it maybe in simple terms, I can't just follow blindly the instructions. What to do. I need to know the background. Why am I doing this way? Some tasks require just listening, following blindly given instructions, but that takes into account the mentorship and the relation, the student pupil master or tutor, the confidence, be confident in the instructor that he's just do what I'm telling you and repeat later. And during that process repeating, you'll understand why it's done that way. That's cool with sports or something requiring physical agility, movement. But let's go with this. Listening to player input, building upon the previous lesson, creating a first script. Let's look at another important feature of any game. Giving control to the player. To add this, we need to modify our sprite to the GD code. I've got two main tools to process the player's input in Godot. The built-in input callbacks, mainly unhandled input like process. It is a built-in virtual function that Godot calls every time the player presses a key. It's the tool you want to use to react to events that don't happen every frame, like pressing space to jump. To learn more about input callbacks, using input event. See using input event. I'll repeat. To learn more about input callbacks, see using input events. Input event, okay. To the input singleton. A singleton is a globally accessible object. Godot provides access to several scripts. It is the right tool to check for input every frame. You're going to use the input singleton here, as we need to know if the player wants to turn or move every frame. For turning, we should use a new variable, direction. In our process function, replace the rotation, angular speed, time delta line with the code below. So far I didn't delete the code or change it. I actually commented the previous version of the code because I can reuse now. I can always use my this project and code I typed in to reference for a refresher. Right in the project, I don't need to go to the web page, look through the whole page, whole lesson, whole chapter to find what was I doing then and why. So let's see what's in stake here. For turning, we should use new variable, direction. We replace the rotation, angular speed line with the code below. So I will just update my code up to this point. I will not add this new code. I will just modify my code to reflect the introduction to the changes now. So what I'll do for my personal reference in the future, like for example here, I will add a comment and kind of do this just to create a logical comment block and say, okay, so this would be a top and bottom, and I'll say here I will repeat this, and here I'll say have a kind of a title for this. Maybe this line is not required, but just to visually close it, create a code wrap, comment wrap around this. So simple out use of print to show a custom message in. Okay, let me see. I need then to show a custom message in output panel. Let's call it like that. That was the first change. So this way I can always reference to my script that I have learned, even this little bit. So they suggest that I remove or change this rotation. So this is at the bottom. Okay, so I'm adding new stuff on top. And if I say follow this, they're saying replace the rotation with the line with the code below. Okay. And I will call this, in my original previous version, I'll call, I'll say this is like this and like this. Not underscores, but these thingies. Copy up to this point, and this I'll say here autonomous rotation animation, autonomous in place. But no, even that's not true, I think. No, that, oh, okay, okay, so this is a, this is the This is autonomous rotation in place, while this section adds like a radial movement. And I'll create this code, so radial movement, radial movement, radial circle of movement, like this. Now I'm skipping the decorations, and here I'm supposed to do then change the next thing. So I'm supposed to add player input. Let's see how that works, and I'll do it like this. I'll find out proper. During this I will develop my own proper notation for comments to comment the blocks of code, and keep some descriptive comments about the code implementation. So that line is commented, and we got the variable direction equals 0. Arrow equals 0. So there is no more rotation. The player with input, as it is giving input, it will control that rotation or even movement. Okay. Variable direction equals 0. If input is action pressed, UI left, direction equal -1. If input is action pressed, UI right, direction 1. Rotation plus equal angular speed, direction time delta. Okay, cool. I like this. So we got the direction, input action pressed left, -1. Okay. So variable direction equal 0, and if input, can I get the code completion input? Yep. Control space revives, brings up the code completion suggestion if it goes away. So code inspector, code or IntelliSense, whatever. Is action pressed. So what was the expression? Can I rotate this? So I get the is action pressed. Oh, I like this. UI, you are not accept, cancel, copy, cut down. Wow, there are right, page up, page down, menu left, right, page. Okay, so I'll reuse this. Can I get that? Not UI home, I'll just grab one of those. Oh, why don't I just get rid of this thing so I can use this UI? Where is the right? Right, like this. This is all manageable, even zoomed in. There's enough space for smaller screen resolution to work with Godot. Some panels cannot be collapsed completely, but that's the if input right, then it's -1. Yeah, right? direction equal -1. The next thing is if input, well actually I can just copy this completely. -1. Where? Rest. Reveal more, please. Direction 1, UI right. Left -1. I can't distinguish. Left is -1, right. Okay. Well, the order doesn't matter. Whether it's first right or left. It will work for both cases. So right is -1. I'll just copy all this. Can I copy the line? Can I go in the home beginning, select it like this, copy and paste it here, and change this then to left and say 1. And now in this line, what's supposed to be said, now it is the okay, now I'm supposed to change the, okay, so here goes the, so here goes the position, hold this together. Can I get back? Change the, I'm supposed to change the line, the velocity. So just the replace the rotation with all this. But velocity stays. We're not changing the velocity. Okay. Happy to have that clear. But I will actually, so I need to, I'll take both of these. I will copy it and comment it here. Now this goes like this, and I will create this delimitation here. But I will add here this and say then that velocity is times direction, right? Direction times delta, okay. Angular speed, direction times delta. Direction times delta. I'll also respect the suggested direction times delta, and I've got all that done. Okay, so if I do this, I can get rid of this. player input. Okay, so only thing what I'll do, I'll just do these. I'll add spacing in the code. Cool. So our direction local variable is a multiplier representing the direction in which the player wants to turn. A value of 0 means the player isn't pressing the left or right arrow key. A value of 1 means the player wants to turn right, and -1 means they want to turn left. To produce these values, we introduce conditions and the use of input. Come on. Okay. So when I click, the magnifier moves, centers on that bit of a condition starts with the if keyword in GDScript and ends with a colon. The condition is the expression between the keyword and the end of the line. To check if a key was pressed, this frame we call input is action pressed. The method takes a text string representing an input action and returns true if the action is pressed, false otherwise. The two actions we use above, UI left and UI right, are predefined in every Godot project. They respectively trigger when the player presses the left and right arrows on keyboard or left and right on a gamepad's D-pad. Cool. Note: you can see and edit input actions in your project by going to project settings and clicking on the input map. So it's possible to do the custom input mapping or use the default stuff. Finally, we use the direction as a multiplier when we update the node's rotation plus angular speed times direction times delta. Comment out the lines. Comment out the line. Well, actually I did that. Comment out the lines. Okay, so I don't even know, we don't need the vector also. Velocity not required. This will ignore the movement without player input. If I run the scene with this code, the icon should rotate when I press left and right. Okay, so actually this line is not required for this case. What? So I wasn't paying attention. What's going on? Angular speed without, okay, but without the no velocity. Velocity is is deprecated. Okay, completely deprecated. So it's angular speed. Nice. I've saved that. I run the scene. I got an error. Invalid operators detected. Where? Why? Why am I what's wrong? Position. Invalid operators vector and float and operator plus angular speed is pi, direction 0. So it doesn't work because it's stuck. And what did I do wrong? I left what speed is pi, that is float. And direction, angular speed, which is float, direction is okay, vector 2 and float. Time delta, position. Did I lost attention completely? Moving when pressing up. I skipped something here. I've confused myself. So check if key is pressed. I've got that rotation. Oh, it's rotation, not position. Oh, silly me. Even that I managed to completely ignore. So it's the rotation. We are just rotating, not changing position. That's why I can't use vector. Rotation. Stop. Yeah. Can we have it now? Left, right. Yeah. It's rotation, not position. Okay, respect. Can I have a little bit wider? Like this, and maybe squeeze all these panels. No, can't squeeze the panels. If I hit this, okay, then this is nice. I have a better view of the code. Nice. So now coming up next is the movement further. That's sorted out. Finally, we use direction as a multiplier when we update rotation. Player movement. Where did I get to this? So these two actions, they respectively trigger. You can see and edit input actions. Finally, we use the direction as multiplier when we update. Okay, here comes the Go code comment out. So I've done that. Just ignore the code that moved the icon like that, left, right. Okay, moving when pressing up. The only move when pressing a key we need to modify the code and calculates the velocity. I'll repeat. To only move when pressing a key, we need to modify the code that calculates the velocity. Uncomment code and replace the line starting with variable velocity with the code below. vector2 0. We initialize the velocity with the value of vector2 0, another constant of the built-in vector type representing a 2D vector of length 0. If the player presses the UI up action, we then update the velocity's value, causing the sprite to move forward. So I need to check if the value input action is up, and that way we get the interactive interaction into the velocity assigned to use it in the code. So I'm supposed to, I will not uncomment and change the code. So velocity is now vector2 0, and I'm checking for the UI up, rotated rotation speed. Okay, only then we will run the previous code version. So in my code, existing code, this is the beginning, going to the section with, so this is all commented. Okay, I don't need that, but I need it. I need to where do I add it? So it would be like uncomment. That means we go below. Let's say, okay, let's say no. Well, player input. Okay. Again, variable velocity. Variable velocity equal vector2 dot 0, and here I will check if input, use the code hint, is action pressed, up. Well, I'll use any of these, and just because it's very long. Up column, and here we say that previous thing, which was velocity is now, what was it? No, escape to quit the, so it's not I'm not changing it. Where is it? Now it gets updated with this. How about am I using also position? And position is commented. Comment out. Uncomment code replace the line starting with variable velocity. That's the rotation. But we are not changing the direction. Where is? So they've missed this, mentioned this to uncomment this part of code. Because they say comment this and then uncomment the code and replace the line. So here is missing, this thing is missing, we need this again uncommented or implemented back. To initialize the velocity with value 0, another constant of the built-in vector type representing a 2D vector of length 0 if the player presses up. So little slip. If you run a scene, this should be able. We should be able to do this, and then here will come in the comments, user comments section. It will say, "Oh, you missed the mention to weird the pointer." Look at these newbies, super newbies using GScript. Is anybody saying about this? No, nobody slipped. That just probably copied the code. But I know what I need to do. We know what we need to do is I'll leave this. Why I'm leaving this, not deleting this, because I can reuse this code block. And for the last, there's a position changes like previously with the, I guess, velocity. Will this be possible at the times? Is it dealt? What was? I'm just. Hey, but it is. What is velocity time delta? It's exactly like that. What's not allowed? Assignment is not allowed inside an expression. Where? Error 26. Oh, I got two of these. Sorry. There we go. F6. Turn it. Go. Oh, wow. Great. Amazing. I didn't center. I'm not centering this thing, so now here, so far, following this is even better than some other type of. I guess I can go infinitely. Can I bring him? Can I make sure I don't get lost? Why is this better approach to learn? Because here we have a simple image. A simple image moving that is imported. So this icon is imported asset. It's not. I want to create with the code in the engine without importing. I want to check how to do that in the engine. What is it capable of? How much graphics I can generate with the engine without reaching out to imported assets. And I need to figure out, learn here the basic, like example, collision detection to prevent player character going infinitely somewhere outside the viewport, or implement the camera. Camera following. F8. This is 2 hours in, and I'll close this chapter. Let's just check. Come on, don't be nervous. Slowly, guy. And now using signals. Okay, I'll complete using the signals. I'll just have a short break here to get some blood, to bring back blood in my buttocks. Okay. Well, short breakity break. Let's just check. Let's just check. Okay, what I'll do in my code, and for example here in my code, I will put a comment. Close this the output. I will add a comment player input using default input mapping. I don't care now about the literacy, the spelling, but I'll try to implement seamless decoration for my comments code blocks. I'm curious, do comments support here open close comments? Are they supported? Let's say if I come here and what is the traditional comment open close? Does this work? No, this doesn't work at all. No, it doesn't support this type of comments. So I guess each line has to have its own hash comment hash tag. And next lesson will be, no, this is okay, let me hit the next and hit the next here where it takes me using signals. How much of this, how long is this using signals? Wow. Wait. So connecting a signal in the editor, setting up a scene, connecting signal via code. How long will this take? Can I complete this in less than an hour? I shouldn't be clicking because it moves the focus of the magnifier, Windows magnifier, and that's not helpful. But back to top. Oh, okay. Okay, short break. Without further ado, better sooner get this stream closed, so sooner I'll be back again. Same day. It depends where in the part of the world we are. Switching to the outro. Stay safe, see you soon.